No, why didn't nobody tell me I was muted? How long were I muted? All right, wait. How long were I muted? I don't know. I'll start again the intro then. Hello, hi, hello. Uh, hello, useless. Hello, Jitteraz. Hello, Quixie. Please notify me when I'm muted. Just if you think I'm muted, let me know. It's not that hard to notice. Um, so this is going to be like a 1 hour stream. We're going to be like 1 hour level. It's not that deep. Uh, it's fine. Useless. You don't have to. You really don't have to. So let's just get into it. Let's go. We have here, but the problem is we gotta have a song, right? So our first problem is a song. We gotta have a song. Useless. What are you doing? What are we saying? A song. We gotta have a song, right? But I don't know what song to use. So I think I'll use actually a couple of songs. But we gotta have pretty slow songs. And you know where can you find those slow songs? On easy levels, that's right. Let's just go to a random page. We're Bloodlust 2. No, I get it. Yeah, I expect that pretty much. Who's making those levels? That's crazy. Like, you gotta be so unemployed to make those stuff. Uh, let's hopefully not get like for icon. Same stuff. Can we get to like? Let's just take off the rated. We don't want any unrated in the mix. Still Eon song? Nah, I want to be original, so I'll just use a bunch of other songs. A little something. I know this guy. I'm in the server. No, I don't want no vocals. I'm sorry. Osk. I also know Osk. I am also on his server. Coincidence? Yeah, this is calm. That's what I wanted pretty much. What? Am I supposed to see something? Show icon, obviously. What? I like this song. It's very confusing for it to start though, I gotta say. I'll have to open practice. What the hell? This is actually such a confusing level for it to start. Have a good song. Stop dodging. Is that the name? Or is that just a statement that you want me to read it out loud? I think that's a good one to start off with. Stalemate. Stalemate is not 1 hour. Alright, yeah, we could use that. Waiting. That's actually the most stereotypical song for it to start, just no vocal, no melody at all. How long is this song? How many, like, why are we asking that? Like, let's work on the video. Hopefully, man. Kind of struggling. It's 2 minutes. Yeah, sure. We could start to work with that. So the background would be this grayish blue. The ground would be just completely. The background should be This one. Probably no. Probably actually the just. What's like maybe this one. What are we saying? Seriously, like actually what are we saying? So here's the idea, right? You start off as a sheep with free mode, aka free will. That's practically as high as you can go, I think. As I'll allow you to go, pretty much. So here you're just going to see a Subblade. Those Subblades are going to follow you to death. Yeah, no, it seems like it, yeah, I can confirm. You definitely don't know what the hell you're saying. So these are just going to follow the player. Just like that. So that's as high as we can go. We can't go higher. So another thing we'll have to do is to zoom out a bit. And actually, if you can edit some camera settings to make the easing, is the name? Sure, we can go with that. What if we make the easing really big? Yeah, that's so we want the easing to be pretty low, and padding we want padding to be high, I think. Yeah, that way it follows the player pretty well. So we're going to use some big saws. I think big saws are pretty cool. So I'll just place down this pretty big saw and it'll be blue like that. Like that, we gotta put it in a higher layer, obviously. So in the middle, we could add some sort of a shape, and that's pretty much it. So let's see what shapes do we have here. We have a. We want a symmetrical shape, probably. What about this one? I think this one works. What's the theme? Good question. Five. And this will go up to 3, I guess. Alright, cool. Now this one is going to be smaller in size. probably. So 2. No, 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 no. Like that, right? So now we gotta add black glow everywhere, especially at the top. And also at the bottom. Alright, we're going to just place them over here. All the glow bits. We might as well just select them and move them into a new layer and just add a multi-group one. Yep, that looks about right. Now we just gotta spam these cells everywhere. Ooh, these are not on the right layer. Alright, now we just copy paste them. Is he building a 1R level? Potentially, maybe. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe. That might be the case, honestly. I'm scared. I'm afraid it might be the... No, I'm not scared. I'm afraid it might be the case. So, let's just add a bunch of these. These are my favorite objects. Alright, it's pretty much just copy pasting on this part. Like that. Exactly 60 minutes? I don't know. I still have no clue. What if we make it really skilled? Nah. You know what? What if we make it kind of zoomed in? Wouldn't that be scary? You know what? I might like this idea better, but not that much. That way you can copy paste more without people noticing. Yeah, I like that. I'm fine with that. So maybe just scale it like that, just a little more space to see what's actually going on. And obviously shaders. We gotta have shaders. So we're going to start off with some motion blur, specifically at the Y. Alright, maybe not that much. This looks pretty good. Is that the level with ball at the start? No, that's a different level. And also, what? What level with ball at start? What level are you talking about here? I'm not sure. That's actually a good idea. We could add a lot of these just hanging around here. They will be darker though. Actually, what if we just make them black? And put them on like layer 2. Ooh, I like that, I like that. The other thing we can do, we could get those and put some of those above the player. Oh, they're already above the player. So let's select all and put it behind the player first. All these are behind the player. And now we select those and put some above the player. On T4, for example. Like that. Put ship on free mode. Well, you would not guess it. Nice. Overall, this looks pretty good so far. Gotta add some more shaders though. Yeah, what's up, Magnificent GD? How are you doing today? Lens circles. I like lens circle. Let's see how obvious can we make it. Sender ID would be player 1. The size would not be that. The size actually should be pretty big. How would that look? I don't really see it. Maybe because the size is the max. Maybe you gotta enable something. Center ID, fade. Maybe we decrease the size a bit. Yeah, that looks right. We gotta zoom out. I've changed my profile picture. Yeah, I've noticed that. Nice profile picture, even though I can't quite see it. Make your ship start from top. I could make it start from the middle, maybe. I don't know. Probably not the top though. I don't think that'll make sense. What if we zoom out a bit? Like, even if you don't click here, you still got time to react. What is this? That's a start. Shut up. I mean, it's not that. We just gotta select all the subblades now. It's not unsaturable, bro. What the hell? It's not unsaturable. I could saturate that. Look, I'm saturating that. You know, I'll even take a different path. Yeah, I'm just going up here. this part is not hard. It's just you gotta be on the lookout. That's the hard part. I built it by I just literally copy pasted stuff. I don't remember the pattern. It's not like it's an obvious gameplay pattern. So I think the hard part of this is just making sure you don't hit anything, and I think it's not meant to be like 2-star readable. So I think you're in the wrong here, and you should. Yeah, that's literally how I build a level. I don't know why do you expect me to know the exact path to take. Yeah, that's crazy, right? No, it's what do you mean? I don't know, Jimmy. I wanted to make another like. All right, so let's do a little bit of grayscale. Actually, a sepia would work better, I think. Fade time, just a target, probably not. Well, start 22. It works a little better, I think. Alright, now let's again select all of the subblades because I've got another idea. No, I don't want to select the glow. There's nothing interesting in the glow. Select all. Let's make that like grayish, like that. I think it works better. Let's zoom out a little more. Yo, what's up? Kera, how are you doing? We're building a 1-hour level. It's not meant to be a serious project that much, so please don't. Thank you. Why can't I select this specific trigger? Oh, right. Zoom out. Alright, this looks good. I've got a few more ideas though to add to the first part. Let me, you know what, maybe like let's tone down a bit with the lens circle. Let's get the lens circle and just increase the size. Alright, nice. So we're going to have gravity portals over here, and those are going to be on a different layer, and they're going to be bigger, specifically 1.5, and have lower opacity too. And obviously, yes, you can not hit it if you go the other path. That's kind of the point. $1.5, like that. We'll just make a batch over here. Just spread them around, kinda. This one goes down here. Then these ones go up here. Alright, nice. Now we'll just select everything from this layer and just put it on group 2, which we're going to give a lower opacity to. Alpha 2. I'm going to have like 58. How does that look? Looks fine. Alright, this looks pretty good. Let's just make some pulses. Alright, this looks good. Now let's add a background, I think, possibly, maybe. Wait, let me see. Alright. Oh no, I just logged out at the end. That's crazy. I think that's pretty good. You know what? Even better, the fact that you can just copy paste it now. Just a bunch. Just copy paste it a bunch. Alright. Now let's just select all these. No, we don't want those. I'll just select these then. Let's go over to layer 2. Just select the glow objects. And layer 3 and select the portals. Yeah, what's up, real Canadian GD? How are you doing? Do you ever like expose Geometry Dash escape rooms? Is that what you do for a living? Alright. No. It's a 1 hour level. Have you even seen Eon, bro? It's supposed to be copy and pasted. That's literally the atmosphere. I know I'm kind of making excuses for copy and paste, but that it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to give you this like over and over lost feeling. That's the theme I'm trying to convey. It won't be a lazy copy and paste level. It can't be because it's a 1 hour level. You could say Eon looks less copy and pasted, but Eon goes for a different theme. That's the thing. And that's not going to be like the rest of the level. It's not just going to be this for the rest of the level, right? I think I should zoom out a little more. Oh, we missed out the portal. Alright, this looks good. What time is it? Alright, we got some more time to murder potentially. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have, first of all, let's adjust the camera. I want probably to zoom out a little more. I think this is zooming out too much, to be honest. What if we just completely get rid of that? Shade indicator red? What do you mean? Do you make it to green? Alright, I've got an idea actually. Alright. I've got an idea. So what if we have to incorporate the UI trigger, which is awesome and cool. Like that. You're going to have like that sticking to the screen. We gotta have like a UI trigger though, so let's get that UI trigger. So how do we do it? So we want you want it to stick to the center, and what group is it? That's going to be group 3 then. So we want group 3 to stick to the center. A wave or UFO part after a ship. We'll see, I guess. UI target player 1. What do you mean the UI target? Is that not good enough? Is that just where it starts? Let's make it 4 then. And put it over here. Is that like... No. Well, that's 4. UI target, let's see. Is a single object used as a reference for the camera center. Camera guide, alright, that makes sense, yep. Let's get the camera guide. Trigger. No trigger, I guess. So that's going to be the screen, right? So that's 4. Doesn't quite work, as you may be able to see. So oh, that's supposed to be group 3. Right, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of weird though. So alright, cool. So let's select these, shrink them down a bit so they fit. That fits better. And we gotta get like a screen effect, so we're going to use glow, I think, like that. Gotta get that. Set the saturation down and the brightness too, and did that pretty much. Like that practically. That's the effect I'm going for. We'll give that group 3 as well. So we could make those bigger, but darker too. What if we make them real bigger, because I think that those are like not quite noticeable. So if we like make them this big, yeah, I think this looks better. I like that. I like that. So let's see how the first part looks before we get rid of that empty count. Alright, cool. So I've got another effect idea, which is to turn the player white for a split second, but the problem is we can't do that, so let's just use a or like quick U shift. No, absolutely no. Just like that. So let's place that pretty much early. Should look something like that, yeah. This looks pretty good. What if we like make it a little more extreme though? Looks like that. I'd say maybe we make it quicker. You know, I don't like the way it does that. We gotta get the edit color. So if we just max out all that. Let's go. This is actually so funny. Right, well, it's definitely too bright. Yeah, it's definitely too bright. I can figure this out. So if we just take these down a bit, take these values down. Looks something like that. We're going to need preview shaders in editor for this one, I think. Preview shaders, there we go. That's definitely too much then. If we just decrease all these. It's a little too bright, you know. What if we do that? I like this one better, but it's kind of weird. I like it. I like it. I think this one is a good effect. And we just spread this across, and obviously we'll stop previewing shaders because it's awful. So let's do that as well. We just copy and paste it. Nothing interesting really. Like that. Let's see how does that look. I'll be no clip. Alright, alright. I think that's good. So the only thing we gotta change, I had something in mind that I wanted to change. What was it? Well, first of all, maybe you could. Nah, that's fine. So what I wanted to change was, first of all, I want to. Yeah, we have 600 objects for the first time. Can I verify this level? I usually like to verify my own levels, but I don't know if it'll turn out pretty hard. I might give you the verification. Sure. Probably extreme demon. It would be cool if it was easier though. I think that's a good place to end the Subblade thing. Is there like any changes to this song? Just the same thing. It's fading out a bit. Alright, that's a good place to end. Not this section. That's where the Sublight section ends. And I think with that we're